Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. My name is Mary Francis, and I'm one of Henry Junwali's students. And I'm attempting a different orientation today because I think it might be a little better for the Basic 8 series that we've been working on. If it doesn't work out, then I may try to flip us back the way we were, because I find myself a little squished here, which won't work later on. But enough talking. Let's go ahead and start out with our Basic 8 practice. We've learned 4 of the exercises so far. And the traditional warm-up for the Basic 8 is that circular breathing that we've been working on. So let's go ahead and open. Our feet are going to be hip width, shoulder width apart in a nice, stable stance. And then we're going to allow just a little bit of space underneath the armpit so that the arms can float just a bit away from the rib cage, away from the torso. This allows for greater freedom of chi movement and circulation. We're softening the knees, relaxing the low back, allowing that tailbone to drop a little bit, creating space within the lumbar spine. Even though the arms are hanging just a bit away from the torso, they're still nice and relaxed. You may even find that this posture allows for some space within the shoulder joint. Not too much space. And then we're going to relax the jaw, allowing the tip of the tongue to touch the roof of the mouth, connecting the front of the body and the back of the body, the yin and the du channels. And then taking the very top of the head, the very crown of the head, allowing it to elevate, reaching up into the sky, creating more space within the cervical spine. Breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to close the eyes. And on an inhale, we're going to guide the breath and the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with energy. Remember, the lower dantian is that space 3 to 4 finger breaths beneath the belly button. Exhaling still through the nose down to the perineum, the lowest point of the torso in the body. Then coming up the spine, inhaling up to the big spine point, where the cervical and the thoracic spine meet. And then exhaling to the palms of the hands. Again, inhaling through the nose, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian. Exhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the perineum. Inhaling, guiding, lifting the chi up to the big spine point. And then exhaling to the palms. Inhaling, lower dantian. Exhaling, perineum. Inhaling up to the big spine point. And exhaling to the palms. And now you get to work with your own pace. Drawing the breath into the body, guiding the breath and the chi through this circular route. Going at your own pace. Allowing the mind to relax into the breath. Allowing the breath and the mind to flow through this circular route. And allowing the body to relax. And we'll be taking 1 or 2 more breath cycles. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes. And closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. Okay, so if I step forward, does that mean my head is cut off? Could someone tell me? Am I headless now, or can you see my head? Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. Then I am going to reposition to our normal site. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. And that didn't work because we have a whole thing. There we go. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Headless is a way to go, but it's not the way I want to go today. All right, so for our first basic 8 exercise, we're opening up for the lung and large intestine. The feet are going to be parallel. Settling into the space. Backs of the hands come together, and we're inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. One more time. Inhaling as we sink at the knees. Exhaling as we come to standing. And then releasing. Okay, now we get to go at our own pace, allowing the breath to draw forth the exercise. And about one more time. Releasing and closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. We're going to jump right in to our spleen and stomach exercise. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling. Coming back to the center by exhaling. Taking an extra inhale. Exhale. Switching the hands. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Switching. In. And out. I'm going to continue on with the traditional way, which is without that extra breath. But you may keep the extra breath if that feels good to you. And just a few more. Trying to stay relaxed even with a bit of tension with the breath. And about one more on each side. And getting ready to close. Closing. Okay, our heart small intestine exercise. We're opening up. The feet start out parallel. Gathering the claws in front of the lower dantian. We're inhaling. Flipping the feet and the palms, exhaling. Brushing the backs of the hands with the inner thigh, repositioning, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, trying to keep those strong claws throughout the exercise. And allowing the mind to relax into the exercise. And about 3 more. Getting ready to close. Releasing the hands. Bringing the left foot back to the right. Finally, we have our Sanjiao exercise. Keeping the feet together. Inhaling, elevating the palms to underneath the shoulders. Exhaling completely. Sinking at the knee, stepping out with the right, looking at the middle finger of the left hand as we push out, inhaling. Exhaling, coming back to the center. Inhaling. And exhaling. And settling into your own rhythm. Allowing the movement to be an expression of the breath. About one more on each side. And closing. Keeping the feet together, bringing the palms together. We're going to do our facial rejuvenation exercises, store the chi, and if you want to stick around, we're going to learn our kidney and urinary bladder exercise or the basic game. But first, facial rejuvenation. Washing the face 9 times. Wiping the brow 9 times. Wiping up and down the entirety of the nose. And our circles, inward and outward. Imagine just underneath the pupils at the cheekbone, inward and outward. And then dredging the channels of the scalp, using all the fingertips. Beating the drum. Grasping the ears, using all the fingertips. And then popping the cork. Connecting the dew channel with the rin. And then massaging the jaw. Now for massaging the jaw, try to keep the musculature of the jaw relaxed while doing so. Our number changes to 12, glancing up, brushing down the throat 12 times total. Continuing on down the breastbone. Placing the palms of the lower dantian, circling up the right and down the left 9 times. We're gathering all this wonderful chi into the lower dantian. Once you've done 9 circles, we're going to go in the opposite direction, concentrating that energy. Before then resting the palms of the lower dantian, closing the eyes. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Letting the mind relax into the breath to relax the body, and the chi to settle and store. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. If you want to stick around, we're going to go over the kidney urinary bladder exercise for the basic 8. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. Let's go ahead and open up with our feet hip width, shoulder width apart. We're going to keep the feet parallel. And for just a warm up, let's go ahead and open the feet out and then bring them back to parallel. This exercise is very, very similar to our heart small intestine exercise. I'm really excited about this exercise for various reasons. But once again, we're warming up. Kind of feel where you are on your feet. Rock back just a little bit onto the heels. And that's going to be important later on in understanding the kidneys. And then open up the feet so that the instep is pointing out a bit. And then once again, rock back a little bit without falling over to bring the feet back to parallel. Okay? So just once or twice in a relaxed manner, working on opening and closing the feet. Now, if you're very bendy or if your balance is very, very good, then you might be able to open it up to 180 degrees. I can't, but if you can, good deal. But you want to be able to do it in a relaxed manner, right? Because we don't want to be too stressed out while we're doing the exercises. That bunches chi. Okay, so as we're practicing this, go ahead and take your hands and place them at your low back, especially along the musculature just to the side of the spine. Okay, maybe place your fingertips there and then try and open and close the feet. And you may notice that structurally, you'll actually feel the muscles tightening a little bit in the low back, right? So the kidneys work a lot with the low back. And from a structural way, the urinary bladder channel runs through the low back. So though this exercise I wouldn't recommend if you're having low back problems at the time, because it could be aggravating, it does activate those channels and those muscles and could be helpful for preventative care, as long as you don't overdo it. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring the feet back together. We're opening up, and the feet are hip width, shoulder width apart. A little wider is okay. We're starting out once again with that parallel action in the feet. And then we're going to take the blades of the hands, so the pinky finger and this, the bone of the hand here. We're opening up the palms, so the palms are facing out away from you, and taking the pinkies and the blades of the hands, bringing them just to the side of the midline. So they're not touching, and they're not way out here, right? They're just off to the side of the midline. That's where we're going to go. Okay, so we're going to bring the shoulders, arms in front, and then we're going to drag up the pinky and the blade of the hand along that area just to the side of the midline. We're drawing up, up, up along the torso. And you may notice about the time you get to the rib cage, there isn't as much room structurally for your hands and your arms, and you're feeling bunched. So you actually get to bring them out just a tad naturally, and then continue up to as high as you can go underneath the clavicle, okay? Wherever that is for you. And then we're gonna do our little flip. See, isn't this fun? And our feet are turning out, the hands are turning out, the palms are facing the sky. And then we're gonna extend the arms out, straight out to the sides. So they're not going up, they're not going down, they're going straight out from the shoulder. And then the palms are rotating from the sky to face out in front of you, sweeping the arms down. And the backs of the hands are once again gonna brush the inner thigh like they do in the heart small intestine exercise. So as they brush the inner thigh, we're rotating the feet back to parallel. And we're once again gonna make that circular route, drawing the hands up. Now you don't want the hands flat against, for people who are super flexible, you don't want the backs of the hands flat against the torso. You want the palms open and communicating, but you want really the impetus to be on the blades of the hands, coming up, 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 flip, extending out, rotating the palms away, and then floating the arms down, brushing the backs of the thighs, repositioning the feet, and then flowing up again. So just like our heart small intestine exercise, we're inhaling as we come up, pausing the breath, and then exhaling as we come down. Rotating the feet, inhaling, and then the breath is paused, exhaling. Tip of the tongue is always touching the roof of the mouth. We're always inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And exhale. A couple more times, inhaling. Henry talks about having platters of food on the hands, on the palms. I like that. I like it, and then we have the visual of dumping the food upon the floor and the platters. That part makes me sad, but it's a really great visual. Henry has really great visuals. So inhaling, carrying our platters of food, gifting the food to the earth. Inhaling. And exhale. Okay. Repositioning, releasing, closing. We're going to do picture time real quick, and then we're going to get back to it. So many of medical Qigong exercises, they don't necessarily correlate directly with the channels that they're working on. Sometimes it's because they're working more on the organ system energy. Sometimes it's because they're working on like a different type of channel, like a sinew channel or something else. They're always working on that organ and that organ energy, but it's not always super apparent as to how. But in this exercise, it's pretty cool. So we have our human, and the kidney channel or the foot Xiaoyan channel starts at the bottom of the foot. I think I talked about this before one time, but it's between the second and third toe at the bottom of the foot, about a third of the way down the foot. And that's kidney 1, gushing spring. So it comes up behind the ankle, on the inside of the leg, goes down to the heel. Remember the heel? And then comes up, zigzags a little bit. It actually goes to the Achilles tendon first, and then back closer to the bone, and then up the inner aspect of the leg, and then enters actually the coccyx to meet the dew channel. And then it comes out here just above the superior aspect of the pubic symphysis, comes out, and then it's half a soon away from the midline. Now, a soon is a way of determining measurement using body length. The big thing here to know, because we don't want you like getting out your
your measuring tape to try and figure out what a half sune is. But the big thing here is to note that it's really close to the midline. And then once it hits the 5th intercostal space, it actually goes to 2 sune from the midline. So remember how we were talking about structurally, as you're dragging up the blade of the hands, it automatically comes out a little bit once you hit the rib cage. Isn't that so cool? And it goes all the way up to the clavicle. The energetics of the channel actually ascends to the throat. And that deals a lot with things that the kidney does and pathologies that can occur. Regardless, we also have the sinew channel of the kidney, and that's, they believe, some people believe, that the sinew channels are more what like shiatsu and massage therapists would work on. Instead of with needles, they work more on sinews. But see how it starts, it actually starts at the underneath the baby toe, and then comes up the inner aspect of the legs, and then attaches at the groin. But that aspect of us bringing the toes in and out really activates that channel. And then once again, the blades of the hands really activate the points on the channel. And then we're bringing, remember us talking about the heart and the pericardium in the hands? So maybe we're bringing the heart and the pericardium, the fire energy, down to the water energy to help balance them. Maybe. Okay, so that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and finish up with this exercise. Because once again, the pictures, they're fun. I think they're fun. But really what you want to do is let go of all of that information and just enjoy the exercise. So we're opening up. Feet are hip width, shoulder width apart. Bringing the hands in front of the body, rolling those shoulders forward. And then inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. About 2 more times at your own pace. Letting the breath fill the exercise. And closing. Simple closing, bringing the palms together, keeping the feet together. Bringing the palms to the lower dantian, closing the eyes. Inhaling, guiding the breath in the chi to the lower dantian, filling it up. Exhaling, allowing it to settle in store. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Allowing the mind to settle, the body to settle, and allowing the chi to settle and store. Thank you all so very, very much. Are there any questions before we wrap up? Okay. In that case, I am very excited to see you all tomorrow for Social Sunday. Henry will be with us then, and then we'll continue on with Henry giving us traditional Chinese medical knowledge and information. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care.